Welcome to the Pressure Beast Podcast.
We know how to handle stress, literally.
What's up, Beasters? Welcome back, man. Today we're going to talk a little code knowledge for you. James has pulled us table U3 and table 200, right?
No. We're just doing U3 right now. We'll do the other table on the next one. You don't even need that paper anymore. I'll just get rid of that.
Crap. Man, you get all pumped up and excited and someone comes along and just pops your fucking balloon.
I thought you were going to say cherry. Threw me off.
No, we're not doing fruit today. So the table 200-1.
200-1. You can toss that one.
I like saying that. Table 200-1.
200. Yeah, you can toss that one. We're doing table U3 right now. For you that don't know, table U3 is kind of the year of acceptable additions of reference standards for the code. So table U3, of course, is for Section 8 Div 1, not Section 1 or any other ones. They all have their own. And kind of the best way to explain it is, and I'm going to use the Section 1 reference, even though we're going off table U3. Section 1 references B31.1 for power piping, right? Power piping, B31.1, doesn't always follow the same year edition as Section 1 does. So 2025 Code Edition uses 2024 power piping, B31.1. So for those of you that don't know, these tables are in every
So to clarify, B31.1 is used for new construction of power piping.
Yes.
For boiler external piping, 2024.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying you can build piping outside of code boiler, which is just another version of B31.3.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be B31.3 at that point, not 1.
You can still build B31.1 piping. The AI only comes into play when it's connected to boiler external piping. Section 1 gives credence to boiler external piping, which is B31.1. You can still build B31.1 piping, B31.1 piping outside of a boiler, and it's just another code like B31.3.
Right. Built in accordance with B31.1, not stamp 2.
Correct. There's no stamp at that point.
Yeah. So, So just wanted to bring this up to everyone's attention. I know there's a lot of people that don't quite understand or know the intricacies. Intricacies?
That's what I say.
Is that the word?
Yeah.
Of what code edition of the supplemental books.
They're calling to ask you directly. I'm sorry. He'll go ahead and explain it right now. Yeah, I'll tell him to get moving on it.
Tell them it's the 2022 edition. Yeah.
Oh, shit, they already hung up.
All right.
Damn, I lost my paper.
All right. So let's just take a common one, and I didn't print out the whole thing. So
I know that table by heart.
all right. Pop quiz time.
Nah, just kidding.
Pop quiz. Let's see. B1611. What is the recognized year edition for B1611 for ASME Section 8 Div 1? I'll give you a hint. You want a hint?
Can I tell you the truth?
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No.
What's that?
Because if you order a T or a fitting or a flange, right, and it was made 6 years ago, can you still use it?
Yes.
Okay. So why would it matter?
True. But I got a table here, and my table says that it's the latest edition that matters. Which brings up an interesting point. All your material has a year code behind it, like SA 106B-19. That -19 is the addition of the spec that was manufactured to.
Which is real important when you get into that table 200-1.
Right. But if it's not manufactured to the current code edition,
Blow and go, grip and rip, man.
still use it. Yeah.
Well, that bad boy in there.
So just ignore the last 2 digits on the material spec.
Which questions, why don't they have any instead of the latest? Because theoretically, right? Theoretically,
Yeah.
if you wanted to be a jerk right, as a customer or as an inspector, you could say, cut all these damn flanges off. That these were built to the 2021 code edition, and they've been sitting on someone's shelf for the last 5 years.
Right.
Table U3 says latest.
Right.
That is not the latest. So
I've actually run across someone that did that.
I wonder if there's an I bet you there's an interpretation on it, which probably violates that whole thing. This is anyone can be used. So I remember when I was a young AI, I'd scratch my head on that one. Like,
I actually ran across that in
do this, but don't look over here.
while I was doing PED work for European.
Kinky.
It's kind of kinky. It's all European shit. They're a little weird over there, but they're weird.
I got family over
Do you?
Yeah.
They're weird.
there. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but the PED surveyor that I was working with, he rejected a whole bunch of material because the code edition was prior to, just say it was 2019, we're working in 2021 code. I rejected all the material and had him repurchase all that material. I thought, man, what a... could you imagine if you were required to go by that? Mills would quit making mill runs of material until it's ordered. And then that means any leftover material from the previous code edition, every 2 years, that material would be no good anymore.
I agree. And not only that, but come the start of a new year like this year, right, we got a code change. You know how long it take the mills to get up and running before they'd be able to produce enough flanges to be able to use a flange on a vessel that's built in, say, January? Yeah, it may take them half the year to get the inventory back up, but then you can't use it. So that's what I've always had issue with this table.
See, I don't really like this table for anything other than the reference codes like B31.1, B31.3.
Right.
What else they got on here? They got
GC1A.
all your NDE stuff is
They've identified
relevant.
ASCE as a specific year now.
Your
which
CA1, PCC1.
ASCE really forces a lot of the taller vessels into a situation if they're over 24 inches in vertical height or leg length.
Right.
Well, it forces the new code edition of ASCE, which has that involved.
And then you got to bring up, if you're doing an alteration, say to the 95 code edition, and you look up table U3 in the 95 code edition, do you have to go find material that meets that 95 code edition?
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
So kind of a weird section in code.
So you know what I use table U3 for the most?
What's that?
Is to help clients understand why they need to go do additional testing on, say, tri-clamp fittings, compression fittings, parts and pieces that are used every day in this world that are not acceptable to ASME code, right? So that is the list of, say, hey, look, here's our however many geometry parts ASME allows, Section 8 Division 1, we got cylinder, conical, elliptical, and all Hemi. But we got a set number of geometries we can use. If it doesn't fall into that, then this table says, all right, go to these other codes, B16, 5, 11, 9, and then for NDE, go look at this stuff over here, right? So if it's not on that list, that means you can't use it, which means what, right? U2G comes in play, right? So you got three options of U2G. You got a proof test, which is a standard established principle, right? Very few people actually get to participate in one. You got Appendix 46, which is the FEA side of that, which is the most common, or you can go find some other relevant code that might have rules. But come on, let's face it, everything comes back to Section 8 Division 1. All the other codes,
all of them,
define back to section. So you're not going anywhere else to find a rule.
Right.
So that's out of the question. So tri-clamp fittings and then using code to its benefit to how do you handle that, right? Do you stop the code at first circumferential weld, all that kind of stuff. But this table really helps me work through the issues and to allow the clients to understand why we are recommending we proceed this way, right? Let's put an extra girth weld in there. Or why we're saying, hey, look, guys, you might want to allocate a little bit more cash for this other testing if this has to be used and we can't get around it, right? So, or put in some capital for a proof test. But that is how I kind of utilize that table.
Right. Well said.
Thank you. I practiced that for like 3 days.
I see that.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
That was me in the mirror.
Was that you?
Get it right.
You were a little more aggressive at that time than.
You know, I was just got done watching Bad Bunny.
Did you understand it?
I don't think I needed to.
No.
There's only one part I was really upset about. I don't want to. That's a very, very harsh word. Very upset. There was one part I wish he had done a little differently, but other than that, I think there's a lot of symbology in there. I think there's a lot of things. Loved how they did that whole walking through a town thing. You know what I mean?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Oh, you need to go watch it. It was worth the watch. Yeah, granted, you didn't understand shit, but
He was on. I was in the room. I was just on my phone and not paying attention to it.
There's a part where he kind of half-ass lifted a Puerto Rican flag. So there's two ways to look at that, right? Puerto Rico is a territory. You know what I mean? Does somewhat belong to the United States. We're big daddy over Puerto Rico. We protect Puerto Rico. So in that sense, it's kind of like a state. So if there was a singer and he rose his state flag, would that be an issue? But the fact is, you're at the largest venue you will ever be at in your entire life, right? There's no stage larger than the Super Bowl. And you're in America. I just think it's in poor taste to raise any flag other than the United States flag. Now, if you do it in conjunction, like we're later on in his program where he did bring out multiple flags, and I didn't even get to see all the flags that he had in there, but the U.S. flag was in there. I just think it was in a tad bit in poor taste. But the good thing is he didn't like bring it up and raise it, like fly it. It was just kind of like, hey, kind of in the background next to the power guys that were getting electrocuted, which I'm wondering if that was symbology back to that hurricane that blew the power out and their mayor, whoever it was, stole all the money or something.
I have no idea.
I think it was a jab towards Trump, to be honest with you.
I think, so from what I understand, he's a big proponent of having Puerto Rico not be a territory of the U.S. anymore.
They would get slaughtered.
Right. But he has made several statements about not wanting to be part of the U.S. at all.
Doesn't understand
which is the whole Puerto Rican flag deal. And then they made several references to
statement.
The way Hawaii went. So they don't want to go the way of Hawaii. They don't want to essentially become a state and lose their identity.
They don't have the people, the capital, the manpower to come up with their own defense system. They don't have the capital to purchase weapons. They would be overrun. No, it'd be fucking taken over by China or Russia or Venezuela or somebody. It'd be invaded and occupied.
I mean, that's pretty much how we got them. Well, we didn't invade them, occupy them. We should say, you belong to us now.
Well, was that the Monroe Doctrine says basically ain't no one going to come play in our sandbox.
Right.
You fuckers stay over in your side of the world and we're going to protect our own. So regardless, they're still going to be safe. But yeah, it's all fun and games until you fucking sugar daddy money runs out. Next thing you know, you get another fucking hurricane and America doesn't send you no money.
Yeah,
we're back in the
article I read this morning said they took
back like Belize. You know what I mean?
I don't know if they voted or just took a survey, but only like 14% of the country wanted to succeed. Leave the U.S. and Bad Bunny's one of the main proponents of it.
I read this article, man. Not to get too political, but I was so comical. This girl, I'm assuming out of San Francisco, man, just livid with how horrible America is and all this kind of stuff, right? Just she's going to leave the country. She's going to go greener grass, right? Sold all her shit, moves to Puerto Rico. Comes to find out they don't primarily speak English over there. Mm-hmm. So she's all upset because she can't fucking understand and talk the language. Like everyone's supposed to just bow down to her, right? Well, anyway, she goes through this ordeal of all the things, all the trials and tribulations that she had to go through and realize, fuck, I had it really good over in America. Yeah. Moves back. But anyway, basically says, and then come to find out that she was actually in a territory in the United States it was just the ignorance of this poor young girl that was just so out there for everyone to see that she didn't see the writing on the wall. It was kind of crazy. So anyway,
anyone that thinks they have it bad in America, go travel the world. There's not another country in the world that will give you what America will give you.
Power kept going out. Wi-Fi was spotty. Yeah, I mean, all these creature comforts we got here in America are just.
I'm telling you,
God, you know what? I'm gonna go find that article or that video. Yeah, it was great.
All right, we'll have to put a link to it.
Oh, that was great.
But yeah, just
Good laugh.
send them all over to a third world country. Let them see what life really is like when you're not in a powerful country, not a world-class country. And there's not many of them. There's other ones, you can go to China or Russia or
China's
something,
a great
but
place to live.
you're going to get a lot of rights taken away there too. Different rights, different
rights, different ways. I mean,
different ways.
You have freedom, but a leash at the same time,
right?
Which we all do, right?
So, all right. Well, you got anything else to say on table U3 or
yeah?
What?
Tri-clamp ferrules are not in there.
No.
Don't try to put them in there.
Man, every stainless vessel in the world uses tri-clamp ferrules.
And
sanitary fittings.
Personally, it's. I think people get away with them primarily because the AIs don't understand, right? And then how you treat them, and then if you're able to divide code, what's non-code, what is code. Some of the Hartford's regional areas, I think get it spot on, but I think most of your AIs don't. And if you need help with it, we can help you walk through it and give you the options, good, bad, and ugly. So, but anyway, tri-clamp ferrules are a very big issue when it comes to stainless, as you just mentioned.
Absolutely. And like I said, if you need help with that, head on over to J. Lowry LLC. They can help you out.
Yeah, right there. And a shameless plug, man, authorizedinspector.com. For those of you guys that don't know about it, Google it. authorizedinspector.com. It's back up and running. Used to be up and running for all those old cats that used to remember it. It's back up and running again. Great resource, great knowledge, great tools. Go there and give a thumbs up. And speaking of thumbs up, if you give us a thumbs up, here is a crafty little video for saying thank you. Until next time, man. Peace out. Be safe. Make good choices.
See you next time.